Hi folks, this is Kim from Fit to Drive School. This is Unit 1, Task 6 from my Learn to Drive series from the Learner Driver logbook. This is gear changing up and down. Now I'm in the manual work vehicle today, and you will find that on my Facebook page I have posted some information regarding changing gears up and down in an automatic and when it's necessary to do so or suitable to do so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out the learning outcome, the assessment standards and the task requirements, and we're going to go for a little drive and I will be changing the gears up and down. Okay, so the learning outcome of task 6 is that the learner will be able to change gears in either a manual or automatic vehicle up and down in the transmission in a reasonably smooth manner without looking at the gear lever while maintaining full steering control. And part 2, the learner will be able to accurately select any appropriate gear on demand without looking at the gear lever, and that includes automatics. The assessment standard is that the learner will accurately perform parts 1 and 2 of this task without assistance, and the assessment will be a demonstration on at least 2 consecutive but separate occasions. Okay, so you'll need to show your driving instructor that you can do so capably by yourself. Alright, task 6 requirements. Changing gears up and down, manual and automatics. Move off smoothly from a stationary position in first gear, manuals or automatics. Adjust the speed of the vehicle prior to selecting the new gear. Change gears one at a time from first gear in manuals or the lowest gear in automatics through to the highest gear without clashing the gears, missing the gear, unnecessarily jerking the vehicle or looking at the gear lever. Change gear from a high gear, which is 4th, 5th or drive, to various appropriate gears without significantly jerking the vehicle or looking at the gear lever selection or looking at the gear lever or selector, and demonstrate full control, including steering, over the vehicle during gear changing. Alright, part 2 of the requirements, accurate selection of appropriate gears for varying speeds. So that could mean approaching roundabouts, going into corners, all of that sort of thing, heavy traffic. Okay, so adjust the speed of the vehicle up and down, then select the appropriate gear for that speed, manuals and automatics. When the vehicle is moving, demonstrate all gear selections without looking at the gear lever or gear selector, and demonstrate accurate selection of the gears without significant jerking of the vehicle or clashing of the gears. Demonstrate the selection of appropriate gears while descending and ascending gradients, so going up and down hills for instance, and be able to select the appropriate gear to avoid unnecessary braking on descents and have control on ascents, so going up and down hills. Okay, so we're going to go for a little drive. I'm going to do a moving away from the curb to get the car started. So the very first thing I'm going to do, I'm stationary at the curb at the moment, the engine is on. I'm going to look all around the vehicle, make sure that there's nothing coming. I'm going to indicate. Remember, it is 5 seconds on the indicator. You will fail your driving test unless you leave it on. So I'm burning the 5 seconds now. Clutch down to the floor, into first gear. The handbrake is on. I'm lifting the handbrake, getting ready to bring the clutch to the friction point. I'm going to look all around the vehicle before I move again. Over my right shoulder, clutch to friction point, let the handbrake down and move away smoothly. So cancel my indicator. I've just changed into second gear. Now the speed in this particular street is 40 kilometers an hour. So I will change into third gear, and I will keep it in third gear as I'm going past the side street, having a little look down there. I'll keep it in third gear until I reach the end of the street. Not far to go. Making sure that when you are driving, you are checking your mirrors on a regular basis. That center mirror. As I go past the street, I always like to look down the street, make sure that there's no traffic coming out. So it's the end of the 40 area here. I'm going to check my mirror. I'm going to indicate left because I'm turning left. I'm going to use the brakes to slow down and come right up to the end as far as I can safely and change down into first gear. So I'm looking out to my right, I'm seeing plenty of traffic. I'm going to move straight into the right hand lane because I want to turn right. So I'm just going to wait for the traffic, make sure that both lanes are clear before I go across, and make sure I've got a clear view to my right so I can see the red car coming now, and I'm going to move smoothly into the right hand lane. I'm going to change into second gear. See the red car in front of me has just gone straight in front of me. I'm going to check my mirror, I'm going to indicate, and I'm going to move into the right hand lane. I'm still in second gear, checking my mirror and braking, and I'm going to turn right here. And I'm in another 40 area here, so changing into second gear. Where there are cars on both sides of the street, I'm going to position myself into the middle of the road. Okay, keeping an eye out to the left, making sure that there are no cars moving off. I'm coming into a school area here, covering my brake. I can see the guy moving out onto the street. He's just decided to move right out in front of me, so you've heard my horn go off there. He was just coming out way too far. One of the things that you need to keep in mind, folks, when you're going down streets like this is cars coming out of driveways, cars moving away from the curb. Now I'm allowed to move across this line here. Check my mirror, indicate, and I'm going to do a left-hand turn. So just finishing off on what I'm saying, I was going through a school zone there. The speed was 25 kilometers an hour. I didn't go much over that because of the traffic situation and the way that the cars were parked. So don't forget, going down quiet side streets, you're keeping an eye out for cars. Now, going through an intersection, checking my mirror, it's a give way sign, coming right up to this person here is rather slow. Looking left and right, I changed down into first gear there. Moving away, now I'm coming up to a roundabout. So if it's the blind roundabout, I'm checking my mirror, I'm going to indicate, I'm going to slow down on approach to the roundabout. Don't have much of a view here, so I will change into first gear, make sure that it's clear. I've done my checks to the left, right, and away I go. So I'm changing up into second gear, check my mirror, cover my brake, look left and right, going through an intersection, coming up to another roundabout here, again checking my mirror, slowing down, blind roundabout. I can get through on second gear here, and as I exit the roundabout I'm indicating left. So another school zone, or 25 when children are present. There's no children present at the moment, so I'll drive to suit the conditions of the road. I'm coming up to another give way sign here, checking my mirror, braking. I've already indicated to the right, and I'm going to turn left here. So I've done my mirror check before I'm indicating. Again, 25 when children are present, no children are present, so I can go a little bit faster. I don't need to do the full speed limit of the particular area, which is 40 if it's not possible. So I'm going to do a left-hand turn here, and it's safe for me to go. So I'm going to check my mirror, I'm going to indicate left, I'm going to do a left-hand mirror check, and I'm going to do a return to the curb driving in, so my tyres are at 300 millimeters, no further from the gutter. I'm going to apply the handbrake, put the gear shift into neutral, take my foot off the brake to check for rolling, take my foot off the clutch, and cancel my indicator. So we've done a little bit more than the gear changing up or down. This is Kim from Fit to Drive. Hope you enjoyed watching this, and I will see you on the next lesson.